Hello Peaches, welcome to today's video. So today we are going to be celebrating the month of August with my zodiac sign. Like always, if you haven't seen any of my other August videos, then to fill you in, basically August is my birth month. My birthday is on August 19th, and all month long we've been doing zodiac themed videos where my zodiac theme has picked my outfit, my look, my skincare, and today is going to be no different. Today my zodiac sign is going to pick what I eat in a day. So I'm a very picky eater, so this will be interesting. I've been a vegetarian my whole life. I try to be vegan as much as possible. I like a lot of fruits and vegetables. No, I like a lot of fruits, let's be honest. I like vegetables, some, not all, but anyways. I try to stay away from like super starchy things like pasta. So I'm kind of interested to see what it tells me to eat today. Now, I don't know if we're gonna get like super spicy stuff, or if we're gonna get fish, or if we're gonna get meat. Because if that's the case, this video is gonna be very hard to film, but I'm hoping that it will be pretty fun. And I'm interested to see how different the recommendations are from what I usually eat, because I am someone who eats the same thing every day pretty much. Like I have the same breakfast, the same lunch every single day, and then I have like 5 options for dinner that I cycle throughout the week. So I really don't like that many things. So I'm pretty interested to see what my zodiac sign recommends for me to eat, and how much of it is things that I already like versus things that maybe I should give it a try. So today I'm not going to be eating like I usually eat. So this isn't going to give me like recipes to follow or like very specific meals to make. It's basically just going to tell me foods and ingredients to use. So with that, I'm going to make a few recipes, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then also some snacks. And I'm gonna tell you guys at the end of it what I think. So I'm pretty excited. I'm also a little nervous because like I may starve all day. But no, we're gonna try new things. We're gonna get out of my comfort zone and see how it goes. If you wanna see what my zodiac sign recommends for me to eat all day long, then keep on watching. And if you want to hear how accurate and how good it was, then stay tuned to the end. So first things first, I went to Google like always, and I said, what should Leos eat? I was pretty surprised because it had quite a bit of information on what foods I should eat, and also what foods I should avoid. So it told me to eat whole grains, rice, citrus fruits, apples, peaches, root vegetables, spinach, broccoli, bittered greens, nuts, almonds, sunflower seeds, and figs. Now, said to avoid spicy foods, meat, and dairy products, which all 3 of those I hate, and this is a perfect vegan diet. I also found this, which is pretty similar, so I think we have a good foundation for today. So to start the day off, I started with a smoothie, and to get ready for that smoothie, I'm just gonna peel some apples, and I'm just gonna make a smoothie that is more of a tropical smoothie. I have a smoothie every single day, but it's usually a berry smoothie. But according to this, I need apples and peaches, so I'm gonna just prep those and get them ready for the blender. And then once those are looking good, I'm gonna start with my smoothies. First, a good shake. I'm just starting with ice in my blender, and then I'm gonna add some cashew milk, pour that in. I pour in kind of a generous amount, and I always do my liquid first. Then I add half a banana just for that creaminess and the extra little bit of goodness to make it better. Then I put my spinach in. Your spinach has to go in before the main fruit, because otherwise it just will not blend. It'll be a nightmare. Then I added my apples and my peaches, and I wanted to make it a little extra healthy, so I added in some seeds. I always add seeds. You can't taste them, and it's just a little added bonus. I topped it with my lid and put my Ninja. This is a great blender. It's $40 off Amazon, and I love it. I never have any issues. Anyways, then once it's all blended up, it's this nice green color. It looks like spinach, but I topped it with some granola, and I thought that would be a perfect smoothie for my breakfast. Honestly, it's not my favorite. I wouldn't really make it again, but I'm doing what this thing told me to do, so Next, I wasn't really that full from that smoothie, so I decided to get some almond butter because it told me to eat almonds, and I don't like almonds, but I really like almond butter, so I stirred that around. Look how satisfying and yummy that looks. You got to get the Kirkland brand from Costco, that's the best one. Anyways, then I put it on some apples, and I thought that would be a good snack, fitting my description. It was alright. The apple wasn't really that great, but you know, I love almond butter. I should have added some cinnamon. That really should have been it, but look how creamy that is. And then I thought it would be fun to get a thumbnail, so I was adding the almond butter, trying to take a cute picture, and then I got it on my brand new shirt, so I was pretty bummed about that. But anyways, I decided to keep eating because it was really yummy. But be warned, it is a very messy food. As you see, I got it all over my face, but once we got that cleared up, we moved on to a juice. I love a juice in the morning, and I wasn't super full, so this is one of my go-to juices, and just fit the description. I sliced up an apple, one of those red juicy Fiji ones, and then a lemon because, you know, it said to do a citrus fruit, and lemon in any juice just makes it all that much better. I did a little too much. It was a little tart, but that's all right. And then I went in with some kale. Just a pro tip, if you're going to juice kale, only do the stalks because the leaves give you no juice at all, and it's just a giant waste of money. And so I like to just use the stalks because you don't use those in salads anyways, and then just use the leaves for salads. So if you're going to juice kale, you got to know what to do. Anyways, I really liked this juice. This is one of my go-tos. You can't taste the kale. I will not eat kale normally, but in the juice, it's really good. This is all the things that my description told me to do. I have my apple, I have my citrus fruit, and I have my bitter greens. Also, I got this juicer at Target, and it was like $80. It's white, which I love. There's not a lot of white juicers out there, and it has one of the big mouths, so you can fit like kind of a lot in there at once, and it works really, really well. It's super easy to assemble and disassemble and clean. That's always what I look for in the juicers. Anyways, then I was finally done. Look at that. It's a rainbow. It is the prettiest thing I've ever seen, and I'm so excited to drink it. I stir it around because, you know, it goes in layers as you juice. Not good. You got to stir it, and then it's obviously warm, so you got to get some ice to fill it in and make sure it's cold. That changes the game. Do not drink a warm juice. Once you put the ice in there, it's stirred around. Drink your juice pretty fast because when you let it sit, it ferments a little bit, so make it and drink it, but it was amazing. Fast forward a little bit further in the day, now it's lunchtime, and it told me just to have like a lot of fruit and vegetables. So it told me citrus fruit, so now we're moving on to an orange. Even though this is a clementine, I didn't have an orange, but I feel like they're pretty much the same. You know, a little different, but similar enough. So I peeled one of those. It took forever. It was such a struggle, but finally we got it peeled. According to my sign, I need some root vegetables, so I added some carrots, and then we're gonna have another peach. And honestly, I love fruit so much. Fruit's one of my favorites, so this clementine was great. These carrots were alright. They've been sitting in my fridge for a little bit, but you know, I love the crunch, change it up a little bit. And this peach was nice and juicy. Duh, we're the peachy pineapple. We love peaches here, and I love the color. The aesthetic here is so cute, but that's not why we eat things. It's a little orange. I needed something like a little heartier, but all it told me was fruit and vegetables and potatoes, so I thought we'd save potatoes for later. I thought I was done with my lunch/snack thing, but then I remembered I could have popcorn, and it told me to popcorn, so I added some Skinny Pop. That's one of my favorite snacks, honestly. It is so good. And then because it said root vegetables and potatoes, I just loaded up on the potatoes for dinner, and I dipped my potato french fries in some ranch because ranch makes everything better. And I had mashed potatoes, and they were amazing. Who doesn't love potatoes? They're the most versatile things ever. I love potatoes. All right, that was it. Alright, so now to throw in some broccoli. I get this huge bag from Costco, and honestly, I love to eat broccoli as a snack on a regular basis. And this is the easiest thing, so take note because it is delicious. Basically, you just pour all your broccoli onto a cookie sheet and spread it out so it's not all on top of each other and all of the heads are facing up. Now, I get pre-cut broccoli, but usually I like to cut off the little stems because I don't really love the stems. But you can just get the regular broccoli from the grocery store and do this. And so you're going to spread it all out over your cookie sheet with all the heads up, and then you're going to take olive oil. And I kind of use a lot of olive oil, but that's just how I like it. You probably don't have to do that, but I use the little nozzle because it makes it come out a little bit slower and more precise. But anyways, I just pour olive oil over every single head. Make sure you don't miss any because then it kind of gets not so good. But just douse that in olive oil. Use as much or as little as you want. But once they're all covered, you're basically good to go. I do a slight sprinkle of salt before the oven, and then I also put some more salt when it comes out of the oven. But I just set my oven at 425 and I cook it for like 30 minutes, but I like them pretty black. You could do it for less time or less heat, up to you, depending on how you like it. So this is the broccoli after it's been cooked. You see it has that nice brown golden color, and it just gets all crispy. It's like chips and it's salty. It's the best snack. To pair with my broccoli, my sign told me to eat rice, so I wanted to have some fried rice. I had this leftover takeout, and I thought I was gonna have one portion, and I ended up eating all of my leftovers. I thought I had at least 2 or 3 meals in there, but it was so delicious. The broccoli was so delicious. It was the perfect side. So overall, I would say that this dinner was a success. Okay guys, so that was today's video. It was interesting. So I want to kind of walk you guys through, I mean, you guys just saw everything I ate, but tell you kind of my honest opinion. So starting with breakfast, usually I have a berry smoothie, and today sucked, to be honest. Like, it was edible, like it wasn't the worst thing I've ever eaten, but I definitely am not gonna make it again. I just like didn't like the texture of the smoothie with the apples in it, and I actually don't really love like super sweet smoothies. Like when I go to like Jamba Juice or Robex, I don't order like tropical smoothies ever. I just think that they're like so overwhelmingly sweet, and I felt like today's was very sweet with a really weird texture and like also kind of flavorless. Like, it was just very odd. Didn't love it. Usually I have a smoothie bowl with my granola and call it a day and I'm good. But like today I was very hungry still, which is a bummer. Moving on to the juice. The juice was delicious. It's actually my preferred juice of choice. Usually if I'm gonna juice something for myself, actually the only type of juice that I like is lemon, kale, apple, and sometimes I'll throw on a cucumber in there, and that is my go-to juice. I don't like ginger or turmeric or like any of that stuff. So the juice recommendation was spot on, hit the nail on the head, loved it, amazing. So it was a little weird for lunch. I like kind of didn't know what to make because it said whole grains like rice and potatoes and oats. So I was kind of thinking to do oatmeal, but like I kind of already had enough breakfast food. So, and like I already had the oats in the granola, you know? So I didn't want to do oats again. But I do like oatmeal and I like granola, and granola's just oats. So that was spot on. I eat granola every single day. I was kind of thinking what to make for lunch, and there were so many foods that I kind of was just like, I'm gonna do like kind of a snack lunch, which is something that I do on occasion. Like if my fridge is empty or like at night I don't feel like cooking, I'll just kind of have like a whole bunch of like sides as a dinner. That also is something that I really do when I go out to eat, because most dishes, unless you're at a vegan or vegetarian restaurant, most dishes are centered around a meat as the main source. So I usually do order sides. So for lunch, honestly, I was fine just having fruit and popcorn and carrots. That's totally cool with me. And then I usually do order potatoes when I go out. I don't make potatoes too much at home, but I love French fries and I love mashed potatoes. And I don't mind baked potatoes. I don't like order them too much. I don't love potato chips, but I will eat them if they're there. And then for dinner, I love Spanish rice, like the red rice, and I love fried rice. As you guys saw, like my plan tonight was to have one bowl of fried rice, and I ended up literally eating 4. It was so good, and inside fried rice is obviously peas and carrots and egg. That was spot on. And then on the side, I made some broccoli, as you guys saw. I also really love broccoli from Chinese restaurants with the white sauce. Like that's what I used to get when I was a kid. Honestly, love making broccoli the way I showed you guys. It is the easiest thing. And sometimes I'll just have that by itself for dinner, or sometimes like I'll make French fries and broccoli and just eat that alone for dinner. So I have to say, like overall, what the recommendations were pretty spot on. Like not 1000% perfect. Like it also said whole grains, which I think quinoa is a whole grain, but like usually I eat quinoa every single day. My overall thoughts were, of everything it recommended, it was pretty freaking accurate. It told me to avoid spicy foods and dairy, which honestly, I like dairy, but it makes me feel like crap, and I hate spicy foods, so that was perfect. I wouldn't eat all of these things every single day, but all of these things are things I eat often, if that made sense. I'd say that it gave me really good recommendations, and I'm pretty happy with it. But you know what it forgot? It forgot dessert. Nowhere on there did it say anything about sweets or chocolate, because, you know, if it would have said that, it would have been like 100% accurate, but I would give it like a 9 out of 10, because I don't know about all Leos, but this girl needs her dessert. I have a big sweet tooth, and we gotta finish the day off with something sweet. So I'm gonna go do that. I thought this was a really fun challenge to eat as many of the recommendations as they had said, as much as I could throughout the day. I hope that I did a good job. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and hit subscribe down below to see more of me. And if you want to see the rest of the Zodiac series, don't forget to turn on that bell notification down below as well, so you get notified every time I post. As always, thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye!